Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Brother Hometown Season 9 Cast Assessment and Draft. I am your host, Josh Consalvo, and alongside me are my other hosts, Stephen Moore. Wait, we'll get there. Max Teddy, Max Teddy here on my right, Gray down to my bottom right, and below me is Mitchell, standing in for Stephen, who, as I like to say, went full Moreland on us and has vanished.
It's an upgrade, honestly, for you, so you're welcome.
There's a good chance that one of his horses went missing. That happens semi-frequently, believe it or not. Yes, Robbie Gray is hosting with me this season. Anyway, yeah, Robbie said Gray's a host. Whoa. I mean, right now, we're surrounded by two winners and one host and Mitchell.
I'm here.
Shout out to Robbie. I love that guy.
I would have made the same joke about Steven. So
that's fine, honest. But listen, I was only coming on here really to mess with Steven. Like, that was why I was here. So, I mean, I'll stay. You don't have to, but, that was why I really.
Well, that's it for Mitchell for this evening. Too easy. So, a couple things before we get into it. Some exciting things happening here in the viewing party. First and foremost is this season is happening. It started today. There's a lot that's already gone down. I wish I could give you a better recap of it, but it has been a lot. So people are talking. Everyone's talking to everyone. That's the general idea of what's happening. Yes. We can get into things we've seen throughout the draft, but that's exciting. So hopefully some episodes will start rolling your way in the next couple of days, and we're going to really get this season started. So I'm excited about that. The other thing that I want to announce that we've talked about in the viewing party, if you've been paying attention, but we have an official date for it and everything. So in 3 weeks from last Thursday, so June 25th, that was a weird way to say that. June 25th, it's a Thursday night.
That's 2 weeks from this next Thursday.
2 weeks from this next Thursday. 18 or so, 18 to 20 of your favorite Big Brother Hometowns players and hosts, like me, I get to play, will be playing in a Sequester Mini. If you have not watched Sequester yet, what are you even doing? Because it is all the rage right now. Ironically, Alex asking in the chat, what's Sequester? I don't know, but I heard it's really easy to win, so it probably doesn't mean a whole lot. And so...
Yeah, winning Sequester... It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah,
right?
it can't be that hard. I haven't tried 3 times yet. So that's going to be happening. So we're going to have the link to that here in the viewing party, and then hopefully we're going to try and arrange some things where when people get voted out and their game is over, they'll be able to go into the viewing party and stream and watch and talk through it, so that you can, as you watch the game and watch people that play it, talk about it when they're out, so that we want because all the players are playing, we want everyone to have as good of an experience as possible, because someone does have to get voted out first. Don't really know who that will be yet, but we'll get there. So that's exciting. So be looking forward to that. Facebook user that said bye, go to whatever this, what is it, StreamYard.com/Facebook, and I think allow settings, and then I can see your name, something like that.
That was I have it pulled up over here. Right, that was Henry Fernandez.
Oh, Henry. Henry.
He said winning Sequester is hard.
He played today. He played in today's international mini. So Henry
got voted out for like 4th or 5th, right?
I know. I think he was in it for a little bit. Henry, tell us how you did in the comments. I don't really remember because I only kind of watched a little bit. So, all right, we're going to do this. So we're going to talk about all 16 players. We're going to draft them like we did last season. And first, we got to decide the draft order. And the way we do that
take it to a wheel.
We're going to take it to a wheel.
We'll decide for you.
We're going to do the Sequester style here with the Wheel of Misfortune. We're going to do the snake draft style. So if you don't know what that means, you'll figure it out. Let's spin that wheel. Let's see who it is. Getting the first pick of the BBH 9 draft. Oh,
rigged.
How convenient.
Rigged.
How convenient. Okay. It is I, Josh. All right, here we go. The next pick in the BBH 9 draft will go to Maximus. Then who's going to get the third pick? I don't know what's better here, getting the third pick or getting that back-to-back pick. Gray. Gray's going to get the third pick. I'm gonna get the 4th pick, or Mitchell's gonna get the 4th pick.
Yeah, you're missing 2 picks here.
I'm getting all the picks. I almost had this in the right order, so it's what I say: Josh, Mitchell, or Josh, Max, Gray, Mitchell. All right,
And that's actually the order that we're on the screen too.
yeah, Josh, Max, Gray, Mitchell, Gray,
Look at that.
Gray, Mitchell. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to put this all on here again, and I'm going to take the first pick. I know exactly who I'm taking.
Oh, yeah.
Because with the first overall pick, you have to pick your winner pick. Like, you have to. And I declared this person my winner pick before they even told me they were playing. The second that I even said, I said it somewhere, I think on a stream, I said, if this person ever plays, they are my winner pick. So I have to hold true to that. I am taking Kieran Hooker in the first overall pick of the 2020 Big Brother Hometowns 9 draft. Kieran, I mean, she would have been my pick even if I didn't watch today, but she has already put in the work. She is crushing it already. She knows exactly what she's doing. And she has... I really want to speak into existence a girl winning, because any of these 4 girls winning would be phenomenal. And I think Kieran is the top pick. I don't think that it gets much better than her. She's got game awareness. I've played a lot of games with her in real life because we're friends in real life, and she always wins no matter what. So generally I hate her for that, but in this situation I think she's going to really shine, really thrive, and that's my thoughts on Kieran. Anyone else?
I think after seeing her today and just seeing the way that she has like talked to people in the house, she's going to make them feel very comfortable and very friendly, like with her. She's not going to have any issues with her social game. I think that she's going to set herself up really well in like different groups. And I think in a season with as big of personalities that we have, she's going to be someone who, like, she's going to like sit back and let like all the drama kind of unfold. And she's going to like make calculated strikes when she needs to.
Absolutely.
I loved her video, like, because I don't get to see what y'all have seen today, but from her video, like, socially super aware. She's so confident about her ability and what she can, how she can connect with people, and I love that. And she was willing to drag her husband on Facebook, and I was here for that too. So, you know, I was like, go for it. I mean, she was very critical of his game, but also, like, I feel like she watched and she was paying attention, and she's gonna, it's like she's almost played before it in a sense, because she was there watching him. So
Max?
Agreed. It's all been said. Kieran's great.
Yep.
I could totally see her winning.
Yeah, I would love that. I mean, I think that it would be curious to see if how she plays in terms of strategy wise, in terms of where she like lands in alliances and what kind of moves she decides to make. But socially, she's going to be top of the heap. Max, you get the second pick.
Well, I am going to pick my winner pick, and my winner pick is Rachel. Give me Rachel. So nobody except for Kaylin, who just joined the viewing party today, knows who Rachel is. Rachel is a friend of a friend, not connected with this community at all. But the reason I'm picking her is because, number one, she's a girl, and girls tend to do just very well in Big Brother hometowns. It's historically
in a sense, they make it deep. They don't often win.
But if there's going to be a person to make it deep and win, it's going to be Rachel. Simply because of the fact that she has seen every episode of Big Brother ever. She's probably the biggest Big Brother fan that we've had on Big Brother hometowns. She understands strategy. She works with, if you watch her intro video, like, she does rec therapy. She understands people. She understands how to make people feel comfortable. Like, just because of the Big Brother experience alone, and the fact that she doesn't really have any pre-existing connections to kind of like drag her down, I'm praying for Rachel. And she was like the last person added to the cast too. Like, we got her in at the last second.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree. So I'll be positive first. Her intro video was like a shocker. Like, it was like, wow, where did this come from? And I love when people who just, like, especially like people that know the shows, decide, oh, like, I want to do that, and they have no like pre-existing notions about anything in the org community. That word doesn't make sense to them because it sounds weird, and like, but they're just like, I just want to play Big Brother. That sounds awesome, and those people usually really thrive. What I'm nervous about with Rachel, and I don't know what kind of her job takes away from her in terms of time and effort. That makes me a little nervous about her. She's been a little unresponsive today, but I think she was working or whatever. So it's hard to say, but real life can get in the way, and I hope for her it doesn't, because she has what seems to be a real high ceiling.
Yeah, she's sitting at number 2 on my list personally. I was like really enamored with her. The only thing I'll say is she said, well, I'm going to downplay how much I know what's going on. I'm going to downplay. And I think she's never done an org before. And I think when you come in with that mindset, this is the same mindset I came in where I was like, oh, I'm going to pretend like I have no idea what's going on. People are going to clock that immediately as not being genuine or just being a lie. And so you have to be very balanced in how you approach that, because she could actually end up getting herself in trouble if people think that she's being untruthful with like her actual understanding of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever I saw her intro video, I felt like I was watching like an actual intro video on Big Brother. Like, she has like the personality and like the demeanor and just like she just like has it. Like, I don't know how to describe what it is, but she just has it. Like, she seems like that kind of person who can do this. And like, I think in the viewing party, we also saw like there were people who immediately when she posted, like Connor said something, Jeff said something, like everyone was like, please win. Like, and it's because she has that personality, and it's like the kind of person who you want to root for. Like, you just want to root for her to win.
Agreed. All right. Gray, we are at you.
So I'm torn between 2 people, but I'm going to go with one and hope that the other one is around if you don't pick that person, Mitchell, or when we snake back. I am going to go with Dina.
I knew it.
Dang it.
She was my next one.
I'm going with Queen Dina. So Dina is someone who socially gets this game. Seeing some of her conversations today, really the relationship that I'm watching in this game is Dina and Kieran.
Yep.
That's like the duo to watch, I think. Dina knows what it takes. She's played Sequester before, so I think that she's going to take a lot of the things that she knows from a game like Sequester and apply it. And one of the things that I think that she brings from Sequester is she is a very loyal player. She is someone who no one's going to want to vote her out because they know that she's going to tell them the truth. In a game where it's all about lying, when you find someone who's going to tell you the truth, that's someone you want to keep around. And that's how I tried to play like the majority of my season last season, was I tried to be as truthful and loyal as possible. And I think Dina has the potential to do that. I think for Dina to win, it's going to take her like going deep with someone like Kieran and then cutting them at the last second and like taking a goat to the final 2. But I really think Dina can do it. Like, I think that she's already proven herself to Kieran that she's a really loyal player. And I really think that she's going to have a really great season.
Yep.
Yeah, that was going to be my next pick. So I hate you, Gray. Sorry. But yeah, y'all know, I mean, Josh and Max they know this about me. I will just throw my lot in behind someone and I will stand them faithfully until the end. And there's a couple on this season that I'm like ready to throw my chips behind. And Dina was definitely one of them. I loved her video so much. I was just immediately enamored with her. And I'm really excited to watch her. I think she's coming to the game saying, I need this right now for personally, like with what's going on in the world. And so I can just see someone like that really giving this their all. And I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I love Dina. It's funny because when we played Sequester together, I was pushing for her to go home, but I mean, I was going to be the first boot. So that was nothing personal against Dina. When you see this, I mean, you probably know that I threw your name out. But she's great. She played a great game of Sequester today. Like another really like strong performance, and like she's personable. She's great.
Fun to watch. Like she's so fun to watch play a game like this.
Yeah, she is great casting on our part, which is funny because I kind of like got her to play. I'm one of the Sequester group chats I'm in from the cast that I got voted out first on. They were talking about who was playing different orgs, and I said, hey, not to like self promote, but I have a game, and Dina was like, I want to play. And I was like, sure, all right, come on, like, but anyway, yeah, she's great. I'm excited about her. I was gonna say something else, but. I know what it is. It's like she also has like a level of like not self-awareness. I think she has that too, but I think she has like a level of like self-deprecating, like where she like downplays to herself her own like abilities and gameplay, which can hurt you eventually if you don't like have enough self-confidence. But I don't think that's the case. I think she's just tampering expectations so that she can just like kind of keep a clear head as she moves forward, and I think that's good for Dina. Alrighty.
Agreed. You just want to be Dina's friend.
Yeah, same. All right, Mitchell, back to back.
All right, I got two, and okay. First, so this is gonna sound counterproductive but firstly, let me say the women that you have cast in this season are amazing. They are all great. And they're obviously, I mean, 3 of them have been the top picks. But I'm going to go a different route for my picks, actually. So sorry, Kaylee, if you're watching this in the future, but I have some other people that I really, really like. And the first one is Mitch. That's going to be my pick. Firstly, anyone who interviews themselves is instantly iconic to me. I've thrown my chip behind him. There's another reason I really like him. I just can't like really put my finger on it.
Get out of here.
But that aside, like, his interview was so funny. That like Jeff interview question thing is like iconically horrible and awful. Like,
yep.
And just to use that as just like a fun way to do it, I thought was so fun. But I think it shows he knows what's going on. I think it shows he's charming. I think it shows that he will have some good game sense about him. So I'm excited to see kind of where he takes this.
Where I'm excited about him is he reached out to me after I posted one of the 100 million times I post about applications. He wasn't in the viewing party or anything. He said, what is this Big Brother thing? Because he's like someone that has come from the Sequester world. I don't know that he's played. Maybe he has. I'm not sure. But like he has at least watched a ton of Sequester, and that's where he kind of, I think, figured out who I was. He like watched one of my games. So anyway, he reached out and was like, what is this Big Brother thing? And I told him the whole thing. He was like, wow, that sounds really fun. So it's kind of the same thing that I was talking about with Rachel before. It's like there's someone that knows Big Brother, understands that, and it's like, oh, I'd love to play a game like that, and is like in. And then he was asking about his intro video. He's like, what should I do? And then we showed him. He was like, we always show them Stevens because it's over the top. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And that, I think, for Mitchell was like, oh, I can have some fun with this. And it wasn't over the top. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't like ridiculous. It was just like fun. It was just fun.
Feel good.
It was feel good. That is a good way to put it. And so he's been doing well today and just connecting with people, chatting. Most people have, so take that how you will. But yeah, I'm excited about Mitchell as well. Anyone else?
I don't really know like a lot, probably enough about Mitchell to like make a like statement on him, I guess. But I think just watching him today, like I think the way that he talks to other people, like I'm already like impressed with. And I did really love his his interview. Like, I just thought that was hilarious. Like, it showed a level of like self-awareness and like wit that I think is like, when you have that kind of personality, you're going to do good in a game like this. So,
Max, anything to add?
I'm probably not going to be as like commentative today because I haven't been able to pay attention to the chats, but I just remember like being pleasantly surprised by Mitchell, and he was in my top half of picks for sure.
All right, Mitchell, back to back. What you got?
Yeah, back to back. Okay, I'm going. I think a similar route here. I'm going to pick Colin.
Bruh.
Sorry. Yeah, I really liked Colin's intro video. He's young. I mean, 20's not super young, but like he's younger than some of these people. But I think if I remember correctly, he's criminal justice major. I want to say that's correct.
Yep.
You know, I think that when you're studying something so serious like that, I think it gives you a maturity that you have to kind of rise to. And I think I could see him definitely bringing that to the game. He seemed very likable. He seemed like he understands what's going on. So he just kind of stuck out to me, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do.
Yeah, so Colin is the boy that I think that a girl has a really good shot at winning this season and probably will. But Colin is the boy that I think if any boy wins this season, it could be Colin. He is someone also who, again, like him and Kieran, like have been talking a lot today. And
Colin mentioned that he already trusts Kieran, which I thought was really
and that's going to be crucial. And just to let like you in on this, Mitchell, and then like the rest of the viewing party, it seems like where we're standing now, there seems to be a like group of 4 forming that is Kieran, Dina, Colin, and Daniel K.
Iconic.
And I think that group of 4, if they can keep the other 2 girls like Kaylee and Rachel on like the fringe, because the girls have a thing, and then maybe keep a couple, like that could be a group of 4 that like forms a bigger group, but has like the potential to run the house and like make it to the Final Four with very little casualties. And so I think Colin is going to be in a very good spot in this game.
Yeah, I was impressed with how Colin made connections instantly. Like he and Rachel had a very good conversation. He and Kieran are good. And he and Daniel connected so well over sports. And Colin is just like, he's just a good guy. Like he's another one you just want to root for. So
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about Colin. I think he's watched Big Brother Hometowns, you know, for a little bit now, so he kind of has seen the outside of it, knows kind of what it's about. Obviously, like knows Big Brother. He hosts a Survivor game that, from what I understand, is run very well. I hear that he's a very good host. So those are the kind of, and he's in a cast of people that, like, you know, some people know who he is, but not a lot. I think this cast in general, just like not a ton of connections coming in, not a big group of people that have any like super history or anything like that, which is really great, which is good for the game. I think in general we get that not the point, but I think right now
couple once, Josh, you can't say that.
Well, that's they didn't know anybody though. So anyway, yeah, I echo all these things on Colin. I know exactly who Gray's about to pick. Go ahead, Gray.
Yeah, me too.
So my second pick is going to be Daniel K.
Yep.
Knew it.
Daniel K and I went to college together. We know each other pretty well, fairly well. I mean, we weren't like best friends or like we didn't even really like hang out a lot in college, but like we were like acquaintances. Like when we would see each other, we would like say hey and talk and stuff like that. Like my best friend's girlfriend is like one of his best friends. And when Josh was playing Sequester, I got like the 2 of them to watch, and she was like, oh, my friend Daniel played this. And I was like, wait, I know Daniel. And so we were able to like kind of leverage that to get him in this season. Daniel's been playing orgs since he was like 14 years old. He actually met his boyfriend through an org, and they've been dating for a while. He plays Sequester. He just knows how to do this. I have already seen him, like I said before, that he's in a group of 4 that's about to form, but he's also got a really good relationship with Kaylee. that seems to be forming. Kaylee really wants a showmance this season, and I hope that Kaylee and Daniel K will be like a showmance of sorts. Yeah, I just think that he has what it takes, and I hope that he doesn't let like the drama and the entertainment of it get to him, because I think that he will be someone who's super like dramatic and entertaining. Today he was telling people, he was like, I'm tired of these like basic questions that people are asking, like these introductory questions. I want to know deep stuff. So he was like messaging people. He was like, what's your biggest fear? What's your favorite drink to order when you go out to the bar? What's the last 4 of your social security number? And so he's funny. Like he has what it takes to build good relationships with people. I worry that he might get targeted like post merge or post like jury, for playing really hard, but he knows how to win these kinds of things. So I think that he could.
I agree. He's just been really entertaining to watch in the chats for sure. He is witty, he's funny, warm, charming, all of the above. And like you said, he has the background in these kinds of things to go super far. So he was high on my list as well.
He reminds me in some ways, not actually in just one particular way, of Alex from last season, in the sense that like I like just want to talk to him and hang out with him. Like I just want to be his friend. And he's like into sports betting. Like,
yes,
that's super.
And
cool.
he knows how to he knows when people want to be friends with him, and he knows how to leverage those conversations to benefit him.
But when you're so socially present and aware like that, you have to temper it, or else you're gonna be.
And that's what I'm worried about.
Like, and I think he was so great. Like his personality just shines through. But he's gonna have to figure out a way to make an enemy or be villainous or do something to kind of like lower his like social level so that people don't think that they can't go far with him.
Yeah,
right. Because
I really would like to see him and Kaylee, because Kaylee, I think, wants to play like a villain. I would love to see him and Kaylee play a like villain game together and like go deep together.
I was gonna say, because groups like the one we've talked about with Colin, Daniel, Kieran, and Dina, like groups like that rarely make the Final Four together because every one of them knows, like, they'll say something along the lines of, I can't go to the end with this person or that person or all three of these people. Like, it would be incredible if we had such a, like, high profile Final Four, but, Daniel's got to be one of those people that's got to maybe strike before he gets struck. And
he could easily be a target for that group of four.
Right.
If they start to see him as the leader of another group, or if they start to see him as just like a very socially threatening player, he could easily be a target.
Any of them could be. And that's why, any one of them I could say this about needs to just think about that. And right now it's all speculation of how things are going to form. Everything can change on the drop of a dime, and often does. So that's what I think.
Yep.
All right, Max.
My next pick is going to be Kaylee.
Yeah.
Kaylee, intro video, iconic.
10 out of 10.
Like, how do you
party favorite?
How do you compete with that? I don't know. The level of self-awareness, the level of humor, the level of not taking herself too seriously. I think she's just going to be a magnetic person that people are going to love and want to play with. She also has the background. She comes from the sequester community. She gets it. And I think she might just be a little bit wild enough to make it work. Like she might be a little bit Connor enough to make it deep in the game.
Yeah.
like sometimes reckless moves can really get you far. And I feel like she is not going to have as many inhibitions to do that as someone like Kieran, who I think would be more careful and calculating. I think Kaylee would just be like, oh, let's do it and see what happens. And that could benefit her for real.
I mean, that's my read on her. Like, I've not watched her play a game. I watched her play Sequester, which is a different game from something like this. I was in a viewing lounge for a game that she was hosting, and it was a Survivor game. And she had mentioned in that chat that she had not made but only one merge in a Survivor game, but that's Survivor games, it's not Big Brother games. But my read on her is that she plays big like that, but she has to be careful that she doesn't play herself out. And when you play big early, you are always going to be a target. And so I think that would be my one concern with Kaylee, is that if she plays herself out because she is playing big and wild like that.
I mean, wonder
she just
if
has
there's,
to she just has to follow Shane's blueprint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say is I wonder if not just Big Brother, but like, you know, at the sake of being like self-referential, like I wonder if like Big Brother Hometowns is a good format for her. I think it could be, because it takes the like slow pace of most other orgs and combines it with kind of the fast pace of like Sequester, because we move kind of quickly. Like the game's 3 weeks, like, but a lot happens, and by the end, people feel like they got a full experience. So I wonder if that kind of pace could be good for Kaylee, because she can keep up with the fast pace, but also be able to sit back in a 3 week big picture.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just going to be quality entertainment and content.
Yes.
So.
Oh, for sure.
I cannot wait for her DRs.
Yeah, I want to lay it out there. Like, I am Kaylee's biggest fan. Like, I want to make that abundantly clear, especially for when she watches this later. Like, I think that like she is going to be the most entertaining person to watch this season, and I hope to God that she stays around long enough for everyone to get to see that happen, because she just the way that she approaches these games is so funny. Like the fact that she is already telling us she's like, I want a showmance this season. Like, I want to be in a showmance. And we're like, girl, you're not going to make a showmance on an online Big Brother game.
If somebody's going to do it, she's going to do it.
Her. Like, she is the one. Like, if it's going to happen, it's going to be Kaylee. And so, yeah, I'm Kaylee's biggest fan.
Yeah. Agreed. We're the final two that never was in Sequester, so I will always be behind her. All right.
Don't evict her in a weird twist, Josh.
Really, hopefully not. It probably won't happen.
That was a bad reference to when you LOS'd her out of the game. So
right. I didn't LOS her out of the game. I LOS'd my own safety, and she was next. That I had nothing to do with it. What was I gonna do?
I just like to poke a little bit. It's fine. Just let it happen.
It totally worked.
It's okay. Like we've said before, every 2 to 3 weeks, there's a new conversation about Mitchell's eviction.
I'm still bitter.
Amazing. All right, I get 2 picks here, and not gonna lie, it's starting to get tough.
Yes.
Not that you know.
I just don't know all the rest of these people too well.
Yeah, the ceiling
is so high.
Yeah, it is top heavy, big time. This, and I know who I'm picking first, and yeah, I have to. I gotta pick Edmo.
My boy.
Gotta take him. I
don't know anything about him, so tell us.
So, Edmo is a guy that is like almost kind of like he's like a C-list celebrity in the RHAP universe. Like where he's like always gets his questions answered on podcasts. He's always commenting in the patron page. Like most people would say like, oh, Edward Morris, I know who that is. Like I've heard that name said. Like, and that's where I was. And then I got even more connected to him when Mitchell played Survivor with him, which I'm sure you'll talk more about. And then him and I connected over being Mets fans, and then Mitchell was like, hey, you should play Big Brother, and here he is. But what I've seen in the front half of this game today, what I've seen today is a guy that is talking to people and connecting with people. Like, there's been a lot of chatting today, and he has been an active part of it from kind of the jump. Like, he was, we put people in the house, and he started getting to work. Like, so I think that's, and he's taking notes. He's had, he showed me his notebook, and the things he said is, I forget what he said, his confessional, but I felt like it had, some depth. It wasn't just like nothingness. So I could Edmo win? Maybe.
I think, it's a maybe. As much as I love him, and like, and he's gonna be, he is. I know he's gonna watch us back. So Ed, if I say something that you don't like, deal with it. Because I'm gonna keep it real. I played the entire game with Ed when we played a survival org together, and one of Ed's strengths is his ability to make these connections. I mean, you just said he was in chats with all people. He sent me a text today with like, I created this chat at this time, and then I created this chat at this time, and then this person, and so he like, that's one of his strengths. And I remember there were times he would like message me and be like, well, I just got off like a 3-hour Skype call with X, Y, and Z person. Like, like he puts in the work for those social relationships. And I think coming out of our Survivor season, he's one of the most connected people in the entire game.
Right. I mean, there's got to be a reason that he is the C-list celebrity in RHAP because he connects with people.
Yeah. He's the oldest person on this cast is what he told me today. But, he's only 33, but he is a little bit of a curmudgeon-y, like older soul. And he's not actually a people person. So like something about the game triggers this, like, I'm going to be social, I'm going to put in the work. And it becomes that for him. His weakness and where I would like to see him change his game in how he plays is he will connect to one person and he will be undyingly loyal to them, or he will connect to one or two people and he will be undyingly loyal to them at the expense of his own game. And that is where he will fail.
And I assume that person in your season was, C+ list celebrity Phil T.
Yeah. His friend from outside the game, fair enough. Like, they had a relationship prior, but he literally just was a whipping boy, myself included, the whole way through the game for somebody else. If he does that same style of play, I don't think there's a chance he could win. But if he can be more flexible, if he can work when things happen and he can, make something move, then I think he could do it because he does have those social relationships. So, but I love Edmo and he is a great person. And, he works really early. Like he works 5 a.m. shift at Lowe's, like 5 to 6 days a week. So like his style of life is probably a lot different from some of these people, which could be something that affects him, but we'll see. I mean, he's willing to put.
If he's done by, whatever time he's done in the mid morning to early afternoon, like that's great that's a great schedule for him. Anything to add, other boys?
I don't really know him that well. I'm still trying to get a grip on his game just from conversation.
Same.
I was excited that he wanted to play. So and he's one of those people. Every season, there's like a couple people that I'm like, I just want them to like have a great experience. I want to see how far they can go. I'd love to see them be an important part. And it's a type of person that drives me to continue doing this because it's like someone applies and I'm like, man, I just want to make this season happen for that person. Edmo's one of those people. Mitchell is one of those people. And, that happens. And so I want to see, I don't see him as an early boot because he's put in the work early. Like I can't imagine that people are going to come after him, especially in Big Brother where the first boot is always, well, who didn't talk to me? So, all right. Oh, I get 2 picks. I am going to take. I'm
nervous.
I don't think it's someone that other people are going to take, but maybe it is. For me, there's an obvious choice, and I'm not going to take that. And so I'm going to take Slade.
That's a good pick, though.
Yeah, he's a good pick.
I'm going to take Slade. I have played with Slade. Max has played in a Slade hosted game, so we know Slade decently well. I played with him in the first game he ever played and the first game I ever played, a Survivor game forever ago. A game that still gets talked about. Shane was in that game as well. And him and I were not really allies. We were never on the same tribe. And then when the merge happened, it didn't work. So So in terms of his play style, I don't really know, but the dude's a character, like a character and a half. Like probably like that regard, the most like genuine character like is Slade. He is 100% him, 100% of the time, and we love that about him. He is well connected in the org world and knows his way around the block, and so that's good in terms of just that regard. You know, I don't compare my game to many other people, so you know what I think that it's different in a certain degree. But he knows what he's doing. He's going to connect socially, and could be a drama stirrer. We'll see. I know that him and Shane have not always gotten along, so we'll see if that means anything. Probably will at some point if I know either of them. So yeah, I'm optimistic, and I hope that he plays a fun part in the story of the season.
I agree. Slade is, like you said, a character and a half. I'm so excited that he's playing. Slade is really smart. Sometimes he's too smart for his own good, but like he really understands strategy. I think he does a really good job at distilling large amounts of information down to what's essential, especially in regards to strategy. So I think that especially in the early game, he'll be able to kind of sort out what's actually going on and figure out what he needs to do. My worry for Slade is that especially with this cast of people, I'm worried that he will come off as a little bit abrasive and like short when he's not actually being rude, but that's just like how he talks. And people who know Slade know this. But like for someone like Kieran or for someone like Rachel, who maybe is used to a little bit more of the pleasantries and kind of just like the bubbliness, like in conversation, I'm not sure Slade translates his personality like that all the time.
And the Slade that I knew the first time we played together, 100% would do that, 100%. But that's probably not him anymore.
What do you mean?
Like like that first time we played, lots of pleasantries, and we discussed and like said, hey,
Okay.
you know, had all that. But now he like kind of, because he knows the ropes, he could probably potentially be like someone that wants to just get down to business.
Yeah, I think he might play a kind of Quinn-like game where he kind of expects everybody to be on like the strategy level already and like skip the pleasantries and stuff, and like people could be turned off by that. So that's a concern. But Slade is a very good pick.
It honestly took me watching his video maybe 2 or 3 times to realize that he wasn't playing a character. Like at first I was like, oh, you are being this like kind of quirky, kind of like interestingly.
Yeah, are you putting on the Cowboy Marston hat?
Yeah, exactly. And then it took a while, and then I realized I think he's just
That's
like,
literally him.
and I like it, and he's interesting to me, and I'm curious.
And I think the rest of the house is going to find him really curious too, in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely think he seems to have already captured the girls' attention. We've talked about how I just really feel like the narrative of this season is going to be driven by the girls. They all 4 have a very high sense of self-awareness, and they all 4 have a really good sense of like what other people are thinking and like what they're doing. And he seems to have captured their attention a little bit, which could be good for him. And I think that the experience that he brings is going to be really good.
Yeah, agreed. All right, Max, you are up.
I don't know what to do. I'm between 2, and I think I am going to pick Carl.
See, that to me, that was when I was referring to the obvious pick. I felt like it was Carl.
Yeah,
but I didn't go with it.
Yeah, I got to pick Carl. He, for some reason, he and Daniel K kind of are very similar in my head. Like I'm having trouble kind of separating them. They just kind of talk the same way. I think Carl is just really sociable. He gets what's going on. His intro video was freaking 7 minutes long. Oh my Lord, that was
raise your hand if you watched all 7 minutes.
I didn't.
I didn't. Love. I think he's great in a lot of ways, but no, I didn't watch it.
He seems very calculated and analytical, though, which could be an asset to his alliance if he gets in one.
Yeah, and he's been fairly active today. So I feel good about his looking at the names that are remaining. Like, he's the one I feel most confident about.
Yeah, I just feel like if he can like turn on a social game, which I feel like he has a social game. It didn't really shine through in his video, but I think that he has it. Like, he could be the brains behind something big in the house. But the thing is, like, hopefully he doesn't get seen as like too much of the brains behind it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the funny thing about a 7-minute video is that in his diary room, after I posted the rules video, which was also 7 minutes, but rightfully so, there's a lot of things to get to, he literally put me on blast for a 7-minute video. And I said, are you kidding me? I was like, I literally said, that's the podcast on the Kettle Black.
You don't get to do that.
Yeah, so you do not get to do that.
Next caller.
Yeah. So yeah, there's not much more to say about Carl Landon Clark. I like saying Carl Landon Clark, though.
I like Carl Landon. You have to say Carl.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Emery.
I know who I'm going to pick.
I think I know who it is, too. I can see it on your face.
I'm picking Shane.
Yep. You got
Lord.
to. You have to. You have to.
I have to, especially. But
Yeah.
you have to. So, Shane has played this game before. He knows the comps. He knows the structure of it now. So when it comes to familiarity with this game specifically, I would say I am more confident out of our two returners. We'll get to later, but I am much more confident in Shane's ability to navigate and like use like the structure of the game to his advantage than I am anyone else. I think that he has an upper hand there, and I don't think that people realize that he's a returner or care that much. I think that the girls seem to like him so far. I think that if he can play a good social game this season, like if he can make sure that he just connects with people and talks to people, then he will be fine. But what I'm worried about is that he won't connect with people and talk with people. Because what he did in my season was he and I didn't talk that much. And I think it's because he had people that he connected with, and he just was like, all right, this is enough. And I think that if he can connect with enough people and talk with enough people, we know he can talk his way off the block. I mean, he did that like 13 times my season. So he's really good at presenting that and like presenting himself to other people. And I think that this season could go differently for him. I want it to go differently for him. I'm rooting for him. Like, he's as a friend now, like it's like he's the kind of person who I root for because he's just good, solid entertainment, and he does not deal with drama, even though a lot of times he's causing it.
He does the reason it happens.
He is the reason that the drama happens, but he does not play with drama.
It's a beautiful, beautiful dichotomy.
Yeah.
I truly love Shane. Like, hey, Mitchell's back. Let me get him back in here.
Yeah, he made the final 3 of y'all's Survivor games. So, like,
yeah.
Of course, he knows how to make it to the end of these games.
Yeah. And that game, and it's the same. Like, the pitfalls of Shane are, like, he causes unnecessary drama sometimes. I think in Season 8, he did it a little more strategically, where it felt like it was in times where he was just like, what's the point of me just sitting back when I can stir some stuff up and see what happens? I think there was a little more strategic value in what he was doing with the drama stirring last season, but it just comes with the territory with Shane Wooden. He's gonna do it, and that's fine, and that's fun, and we enjoy watching it. Can he win? I still don't think so, but I think I'm excited to see him play again. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if I've said this off the air, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Shane play Season 8, Season 9, and back for Season 10. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Mitchell, any thoughts on Shane?
I hope he doesn't disappear for the middle half of the game again. That was my biggest takeaway. I mean, it was a good thing for him, but like I felt like he was an end game player at one point, and then he just kind of disappeared for like the longest time. And then I was like, what's Shane up to? I haven't seen him. I think there's an episode he's literally not in. And I was like, what's going on? You know, so I think, but that is a valid way to play. But I'd like.
Yeah, I think his real life got in the way a little bit, not to a point where he wasn't playing, but I think there's things, and in a sense, it helped him because he did make himself such a big threat at the beginning and was one of those like big name players in the game. Even though, yeah, people just forgot about him, which was worked out for Shane.
Yeah, I mean, and other big people from that season came to light and needed to be handled, and Shane kind of, I mean, he was on the block several weeks in a row, correct?
Yeah.
So
he was on the block 4 times.
Yeah, I'll point out that I never forgot about Shane. Y'all know that. Like every week, I was like, he needs to go. He needs to go.
The Gray and Shane friendship now is one of my favorite things to come out of that because
he was probably my biggest like enemy.
Yeah, and became your biggest supporter in the jury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell Gray.
Hell Shane. I love him.
All right, Mitchell, you get 2 more picks.
I have had plenty of time to think of this, and y'all did me a favor because, you know, we talked about this. There's a high ceiling. There's you know, and then it kind of falls off. And I feel like we're kind of there so that I can start picking with my heart. And I can start picking people that I'm just going to undyingly stand the entire game. I got 2 left on the board, so it works perfectly for me.
I'm making a guess. I've put it on the board, and then
Well, my first pick is going to be Daniel.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Wow.
His video, I was in tears. Like, do I think I'm going to win? No. You probably remember me from losing season 4 and season 5. And, like, am I going to be stressed? Yes. Thank you, Josh. Like, it was so funny. And I just was like, I didn't really connect with him when he played in 7. But like watching his video then I was just like, I love this. Like, you are so funny to me. You are hilarious. You are witty, and you know what to say to like, if it does turn for him, he could get something going, but he has to overcome the things that he knows that he does poorly. Yeah, and I don't know if he's willing to do those things. That's my question is he willing to not do the things that he knows are going to make people upset?
Okay, so he's already created a 6-person alliance.
I love it.
Do we want to talk about this?
Yeah, so I want to say something about that. I've been waiting all day to say something about this.
Okay, go.
Mitchell, literally the minute that they get put into the house chat, the first 6 people that spoke up and said something, Daniel took them and put them in a 6-person group chat and an alliance. And
listen, if you're gonna drag my boy, you better stop.
Meanwhile, Colin and Kieran are having a conversation about this 4-person alliance that they're crafting. And Colin and Kieran are talking about people that are playing this game way too fast, way too early, and making all these alliances. And Daniel S's name comes up because they're like, I don't even know if I would call that an alliance. That's so crazy that he would do that. So there's a really big part of me that thinks if Daniel S doesn't win the first HOH, he's going to be on the block week 1. I don't know if he'll go home, but I really think that there's a good chance he's going to be on the block week 1. I struggle as someone who played this game as a returner, knew the stakes of it coming in as a returner, and played to win as a returner. That's an uphill battle. So there's 2 ways that you can do it, I guess, right? You can try your hardest and try to win, or you can just see what's going to happen and just like have fun with it. For me, I played the game where I was like, I'm trying to win. And so I don't understand the other level of, I'm not saying that it's not a great way to play. I'm just saying I don't understand it. And so his game just doesn't make sense to me because it just doesn't seem like he's playing to win. He's just playing to like cause chaos and disorder. And that's fun as a viewer. But like, I don't know that he can win. I just don't get it. I want him to prove me wrong.
I've now seen him play. This will now be his 4th time playing. He played in the very first season, made it very deep, and has not had success since. But for Daniel, I've noticed this every time. He tries something different every time. He's like, okay, so and this is a perfect example. So in season 7, he made one-on-one conversations with everybody and talked with everybody and made notes about everybody and one-on-one. This is my strategy. I'm going to talk to everybody, but never got in a group. And he saw, probably when the whole thing was over, that one alliance in season 7 dominated the game, went to the end. It was boring. It was the worst season we've ever done. Sorry, Sam. sorry, Sam. Sorry, Jake. You guys are really good players. Artisha, we love you. We love you.
I can't. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Justice for Max, justice for Jayla.
So he saw that, and he was like, okay, the one-on-one conversations doesn't work. So let's try the alliance thing. So now he's like, all right, big group alliance. That just now I'm gonna dominate with that, and that's how I'm gonna that's how he thinks. I think he thinks very like
there's a very engineer strategy.
Yes,
like,
yes.
It's totally the engineer in him coming out. Like, if this doesn't work, change the parameters, see if this works.
Right. And I think he'll play over and over again, doing it over until he finally wins, which I don't know that he could. I mean, he said, my social game isn't as good as I think it is.
But he is. Okay, I will give him this. Like he said in his video, he is extremely good at competitions. So I count on him to win. Like, he has in his Big Brother career, he has a ton of veto wins, like a ton. So even if he's on the block the first round, I would not be surprised at all if he won himself off and like continued to do that through the pre-jury, and that I feel like that's going to be how he saves himself. But like, it could totally happen. Well, and he has the advantage of like knowing the comps as well.
Yeah, he's familiar with the comps, so like he could definitely be like at an advantage there. And if he were to go on the block the first round and somehow survive, then like based on the way that we've designed this season with like different twists, that could be something that could like it be advantageous for him too. I don't know if we'll get into that later, Josh, but yeah, like I think that based on the way that the season is designed, like he could benefit from it in some ways.
Yes.
I want Daniel on a jury. I really want Daniel on the jury again. I think
I'm here for Daniel causing chaos and being fun and being witty in the diary room and however long that lasts for, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And I want to see it. Okay.
Yep.
Do I get the next pick too?
Yep.
You're gonna break my heart if I don't. Okay.
Yeah, it's all yours.
I'm going off the beaten path, and y'all are all gonna be shocked, and I don't care. I am picking Aaron.
Yeah.
Wow. He was gonna be my pick.
He's 25 and he's gonna be 27 in July.
Oh, I can't.
This boy is 2020. He is throwing 2020 to the side. He is 25. He's going to be
get it out of here.
Oh.
He said by 26. By being off my parents' insurance.
Oh my god.
Okay, for the record, okay, just for the viewing party. If you have not seen the first 20 seconds of Aaron Michael Brown's intro video, go and watch.
Stop watching this right now. Go.
Yeah, honestly, we're irrelevant. Go watch.
We'll be here.
Aaron. Anyone who wants to come for him in the comments, you will be getting these fingers. I will be getting you back on the keyboard. You better not. I will come for you. This kid,
iconic. He's an icon.
Like, I'm gonna be 27 in July.
I can't believe
Mitchell, I am so mad at you because he was gonna be mine. He was gonna be mine, and I was gonna say that.
I can't.
And then the second half,
I'm literally crying.
I'm broke.
I like scary, anything creepy, anything scary, anything spicy. I was like,
yes.
That doesn't relate. I don't understand.
Also, let me just point out something to you real quick, Mitchell, that you're going to think is really funny. Okay. So, he said that he really likes things that are scary, which is like, I think scary things are really interesting. Like, I think old buildings that are like kind of like haunted looking are really interesting. I love history. But today he has been in like 3 conversations with people in like one-on-one chats where he's talking about things that he finds scary and sending them pictures of buildings that they should go to. It's iconic. He's finding a way to connect with people.
Listen, honestly, okay, I'm gonna be serious for a second because I know like maybe it might come up that I'm making fun of him. I'm really not. He could be like Donnie. Like he definitely has first boot potential. I'm like we could all agree, but there's also other people on this cast that have first boot potential. There are other things. He could get drug to the end, like Donnie Thompson from whatever season of Big Brother that was. He is that good old,
don't too much.
good old country boy, like funny, like gonna say ridiculous things that's gonna make people laugh, like because he does like, and he's gonna say things like he's turning 20, you know, he's 25, he's turning 27, like he's gonna be giving that, and like I just want to see it.
What if he is 25 and turning 27 in July? What if we're the idiots and somehow?
Aaron, when you watch this back, if you watch it back in a couple months, comment below. Comment below and tell us.
Aaron.
Swipe up.
One thing I will say about Aaron, and one thing that I think could go like is in his favor, is that he is very much using the strategy of voice messaging early, which can really endear you to people. Like if you hear their voice instead of just reading something, like it makes you attached to him, and his voice is really unique too. So people are going to be glad, oh, I remember him. So he's memorable. He is.
The one thing about him though is that apparently in some of the games he's played, he's gotten a nickname of Flipper Brown.
Yeah,
that's what that was. Okay.
Yeah.
So
here's how I feel about that. So based on the way he's playing right now, Aaron, like I said, Mitchell, Aaron was going to be my next pick. And the reason Aaron was going to be my next pick was because of what Max just said. Aaron has talked to everyone in the house so far more than anyone else. He has had a conversation with, I think, literally every single person in the house right now. I don't know that he's part of a group yet, but like we see a couple groups forming, but like forming a group this early, it's not like the mark of a winner necessarily. And so he has a chance to get into a good group and to make it far, I think, like you said. And what you said, Max, is the voice messaging. Alex Day introduced that to me this past season. I had never seen voice messages used in a game like this, and Alex would send me voice messages all the time. And that is something that I picked up on from him, seeing the way that he used it. And then I used it in my game too. I would send a lot of voice messages or call people. And I think that when you hear someone's voice, it, like you said, it makes it a lot more real. It makes it a lot more, I mean, I just think that it makes them more of a person to you. Yeah. And so I don't think Aaron is going to go out. Like, I think Aaron will make it to the jury. Like, I think that he'll make it pretty far, I think. Because if he can attach to the right group of people and like start like kind of like prove like his worth in there, maybe if he wins a veto and uses it on somebody at some point, like I'm rooting for him. Like, I think that he's done really well. And like he's talking about, like I said, with the ghost house thing, he's talking about things he's interested in with other people. So he's laying his cards out on the table for anyone who wants to pick him up.
I sense with him the slightest bit of like a lack of social awareness at times. And I think that's always something to be aware of, but I'm like I said, I'm here for the content. I'm here for whatever he's going to give us. And please inject his DRs right into my veins. Like,
he has sent some today, but I have not watched them yet. So they're coming.
Forward them to me.
Yeah.
No, just forward them to me.
Amazing.
Yep. All right. Let's. Amazing. All right.
And that's the tea.
All right, Grayton.
Okay.
Your final pick.
Who's left? Matt Ard, Pietro, and
Andrew Presser.
It's tough. Okay. There was a really big part of me that wanted to pick Matt, but I think instead I'm going to pick Pietro.
No, those could be mine.
So Pietro has played in all. I really hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He's played in a lot of these in like games like this before. He kind of has a little bit of a like wow factor going on in the house right now, thanks to Kaylee. Kaylee like came to the hosts in her diary room and was like, "Did y'all really cast a 12-year-old boy to play in this game?" And because she thought he was 12 based on the pictures on his profile. And we were like, no, like we didn't cast a 12-year-old boy. But then even after us telling her that, she goes to this group that formed that's like all the girls. And she tells the girls, she's like, haven't talked to Pietro much. I can't believe that someone who's 12 years old is playing this game. And all the girls were just like, again, like enamored by that. And so I think that he could be someone that could bring his experience from playing in games like this before. He could take like kind of the attention that he's already gotten and use it in a good way. And also he is an international player. I think maybe the first international player in BBH history.
No.
You literally played with Billy.
Oh, true.
And Max Parsons.
Didn't
And
we
Max
really
Parsons.
play with Billy? That was like what, 3 whole days?
Yeah,
it was
Billy
like 5 whole minutes. But Max Parsons won season 4. And
Max, and you know, honestly, I'm doing a disservice to like Kaylee and Artesia and
Allie
by not considering them international
our
players.
Canadian friends.
Canada is a different country.
Yeah, but Pietro is the first Brazilian. He was like very proud of that. He's like, I'm the first Brazilian to ever play. Oh, Alex literally is. What the hell am I thinking? Honestly, in the past 4 days, I have proven myself to be so incompetent when it comes to like my intercultural abilities. It's shameful.
But a terrible time to display that.
Yeah. Literally the worst time possible
Yeah.
I need to check myself. So yeah, Pietro, like I think that like he's going to be someone who like people are interested in him because he's international. I think like I just think that that's something that you can use to your advantage in a game like this when there's a lot of like Americans and Canadians like playing this game. Like I think that when you are from South America, you're from Brazil, like you have this interesting story, like people want to hear that and people want to connect with that. And so I think that he can use that to his social advantage.
Can we also talk about his intro video?
Oh, the shot?
Which was cool, but I got nothing from it. I got nothing. I literally know nothing. And I was like, I don't know what to make of this.
Yeah. I was like this. I rolled my eyes at it big time.
It was something.
I mean, he put in the work for it. I mean, and that's indicative of how he'll play. Unless that was old
I think it was a video he had used for a different game to like do something. So
hey, I just want to bring up if you might be able to put this comment on the screen real quick. Alex Day said you guys should be replaced.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's talking about like us as hosts, but if he is, I agree.
I'm not anything to you, Alex. So
I should be replaced.
I will be saying thank you.
I'm responding to him.
Yeah, I'm DMing Alex right now to see if he wants to hop on at the end.
Please.
And just say hey and give us any thoughts he has about the cast. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I don't have much to say about him. He's done well in his conversations when he has been around, and so we'll see what he does. I got not much more. Max, all right. You got 2 choices.
I have to pick Andrew.
Poor Matt.
I don't really know Matt. I know Andrew because
I'm glad I get Matt, but go ahead. Sorry.
I played in the Hunger Games with Andrew.
Yeah, I guess technically I did too.
Yeah, you did. So I watched his interview. He showed like a good awareness of strategy. He's been fairly active, I think, in talking to people, and he is somewhat connected in the orc community, Whereas I can't say any of that for Matt. I don't know that for sure, but I'm just
He's
taking.
not.
Okay, so I'm just taking the known quantity here. When we're getting down to the last two.
I liked Andrew's video actually. He said he's going to be entertaining, and so I'm here for that. Like I enjoy, like I want to see that. So I hope he is. I think the same concern with Aaron about there being like maybe a slight lack of social awareness that I could sense with him. You know, that might potentially be a problem for him. But I mean, if he's played games before, he probably knows how to navigate this, you know, this type of a game. And so I'm interested. I was interested. I actually had him a little higher for myself on my own rankings. So I was high on Andrew.
Yeah, I like Andrew. I haven't seen enough yet to know, you know, what he's made of. I think he's played some games before, so that's always helpful. And you know, we'll see how he connects socially, like how, like he actually, like how he. I'm not sure how he's gonna come across. How he's gonna come. Wow, I'm not sure how he's gonna come across people.
You'll get there.
And we'll see. So, Alex, I sent you the link. You can come on whenever. Yeah, that's Andrew. I got.
When Alex comes on.
Yeah, we'll see what he has to say. Anything else on Andrew before we wrap it up with Matthew? I'll start with Matt because I know Matt. He is more of a friend. But you know, I've hung out with him a little bit, so I've been around him sometimes. I've been trying to get him to play for a while because he's like a guy that likes games. He's not in org world. He's never watched Big Brother. Like he's that kind of player. But all that to say, I wanted him to play 8. I was trying to recruit him for 8. He didn't want to do it. But I heard that he opted not to play an 8 in order to watch 8 carefully so that he could be ready for 9. So it's someone that's done their homework, which I always appreciate. And so he's come in, and my fear was, you know, someone in the comments about Matt was like, I'm afraid you're nice. The problem isn't too nice. These are 16 generally nice people. The problem is being too passive. And I think that Matt could potentially be too passive. But what I've seen today is a guy that was saying, "Hey, I'll be working the next several hours. So if you don't like see me, if I don't respond, I'll respond later." And then when he has been around, he was chatting with people, he was engaging, he was having good conversations. Nothing earth-shattering or so depths of the earth that it was, you know, going to change the world. But like, you know, he was doing what he had to do. He wasn't just sitting around.
Yeah, I mean, if he did his homework, this could be really good. He might be able to slot in somewhere and be a part of someone's plan. I mean, the thing I love about BBH is that you have a history of people who don't really know the show or who don't really know games like this, who they come in, they adapt, they figure it out. I mean, Lauren is a great example, and Maddie from season 6 is a great example of people who they weren't really familiar with what was going on, but they got in, they got their feet wet, they were able to figure it out and kind of, you know, have a mark on their season and on their arc and their story. So, I mean, I'm hopeful for Matt that he can maybe find some footing. I don't necessarily think he's in any danger of being the first one out from just like getting a read on him from his video. I wouldn't think that he would be someone that I would say would be in danger here.
Right.
I'll add really quickly that like I think that like the thing with Matt is like I think that we are all like he didn't stick out at the beginning as like a big personality, like someone that like had like the it factor to like necessarily win. But I do think that every single one of us are underestimating him at the same time, if that makes sense. Like I think that he absolutely has the ability to make it far, especially if he's done his homework. He seems like he's really good socially. He seems like he's really cool, calm, and collected, and he's not going to let like a big like. He's another one of those people that like could benefit from there being a lot of big personalities that like start going after each other, because then people will start looking at him and underestimate him and be like, oh, he's a vote for us. So if he can make it past like the first like 3 rounds, I think that he'll make it to the jury and be a player.
Yeah, I think that Matt, when you see this back in the future, if you choose to, I think I would have picked you over over this whole round. I think I would have picked you probably over like somewhere between where Shane and Daniel land is probably where I would read you right now. So like, you know, in my mind, you wouldn't have been the last pick.
Yeah.
So Gray and Mitchell, I don't know if we heard y'all's winners picks. Did we?
Before we do that, let's bring on the winner of Sequester Mini from Saturday night.
And the runner-up of
And the runner-up of BBH 8,
Wow.
Alex Day.
Guys, hi Mitchell, nice to meet you.
Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you.
I want
How are
to
you
point
guys?
out, while we're introducing Alex, let me point out that I also recently found out that Alex is British.
Well, I was sad that I was like, am I missing something? Like, do I not count? I was like,
Alex,
I've got
I don't
like
know.
3 reasons here why. Like, what's going on?
I don't know what I was thinking because I literally watched Max Parsons play this game too, and Allie play this game. So I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. Literally,
You
we
weren't.
played
You
the entire-
You
I
were
wasn't-
live and you panicked. It's fine.
Yeah, we played an entire.
You got
season,
nervous.
and I forgot that you were British.
Alex,
It's all
any
good.
any thoughts on anyone that you want to highlight that you've seen in their videos or anything you want to any Alex Day insight for the BBH 9 crew?
I didn't. Okay, to be honest, I have not seen most of what you guys have talked about tonight. I've been
That's okay.
watching something else.
That's perfect. Then like you have no.
Well, I don't know who has this person. But my radar is saying Rachel.
That's me.
I think Rachel is going to do really well. She seems very above average, but not extreme. Like in my point of view, in all these sort of games and anything, you don't want to be the best at anything. You want to be above average. And she seems to like tick all the boxes to me. So that's why I would place my bet.
Here was, I mean, our draft order. If you can see it, I picked Kieran first and then Rachel. So Rachel was, I mean, the second overall pick.
Okay. Rachel. Oh, you picked Slade. Okay, interesting.
I did.
Slade. Shane's way down there. Okay. Well, I
We
guess
love
he's
him.
returning.
But
Yeah, no, I mean that seems about right. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm surprised Colin was 8, or who went
no,
first?
he was 5. He was 5.
5th.
So,
Okay, he was 5th.
Yeah. So would then Alex, would you say your winner pick would be Rachel? You gonna stake your claim on that?
No.
All right, we'll let you get back.
Shane.
We've had time to think about it. You haven't. Max, your winner pick is Rachel because you've said that. My winner pick is Kieran because I said that. Gray, you said you definitely knew who yours was. Would it have been Dina?
I want it to be Dina, but I think it's Kieran. Like and again, like I think that I'm a little bit like knowing her personally, like I think like plays into that. Like I think that naturally, like I want to root for her a little bit, and then just seeing the way that she's talking to people in the house today, like it's amazing to me to see her already like. I'm afraid that she might be a target too early, though, which is why I hesitate. Like, it's like I want to pick Dina because she was my first pick. But I think Kieran has what it takes, and I think Rachel has what it takes. But at the end of the day, I'm going to pick Kieran.
Mitchell?
I'm gonna. I mean, I echo. I think Kieran and Rachel are by far the best on the board. But I'm gonna just for fun. I'm gonna pick Dina as because I want to be her friend. So Dina, if you see this, be friends with me. Thanks. Yeah, I think Dina's great. She's got if she can temper her infectious personality and not be seen as a threat, I think she could really do well.
All right, Alex, we gave you a whole 45 seconds to think.
I think it's going to be someone really random that's going to actually win. And I think, like, not in terms of just someone like a bad player, but the fact that everyone is saying how amazing Kieran is, and like I don't even know her, and straight away, you've got to think at least 30% of the cast is going to be thinking the same thing at some point. Like that's a lot to overcome, and the women, like,
That's what I worry about.
they are all so strong. That I mean, it's gonna be a thing. Okay, the women are just, if any of them get to the end, they're gonna win. I think it's gonna be someone really random. I really do. I think it's gonna be women are gonna get knocked out right at the last second.
And so that you pick a person. Who do you think it could be?
I don't know all their names.
Oh, that's okay.
Hang on.
I think Colin. I mean, I think Colin would be a good pick. Nobody's picked him.
Who?
Colin.
Colin. He always shoots himself in the foot. He's a great player. He's so smart. He's one of the smartest people I played with, but he just has to calm down. And like as much as when you talk to him, he seems very calm. He thinks a lot like I do, and I think he gets ahead of himself. And he'll just make a move for fun and not just because it's the right thing to do. And he can't be doing that. Just give me someone random, someone in the third tier. That's my pick.
Wheel. When I'm saying.
No, I would say Daniel Kennedy.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Works for me. Sounds like a winner name. So
Yeah.
He was a moderator in Sequester last night.
oh
Yeah.
was
He was room 4.
okay, cool. I don't remember any of the mods.
Yeah.
So real quick, I had an idea. I don't think we necessarily have to. We've done a lot of explaining. I think that like we could just go through and like rapid fire, like just shoot out a name. Like I think we should do like a couple like superlatives real quick, like just what we anticipate. So we've said who we think our winners are, and we like know why. So you don't even have to explain it. Just name. Who's gonna get viewing party favorite? Go.
Kaylee.
Dina.
Oh, sorry. I'm terrible.
Aaron.
Daniel.
Which one? Sanchez.
Because both could make a run for that. All right.
Yep.
Next question. Who's going to be first boot?
Aaron Michael Brown.
How dare you?
I forgot about
How
Aaron.
dare you come for Aaron Michael Brown like that?
We both Alex and I just came for like Mitchell's people, Aaron Michael Brown and Edmo.
I'm gonna
Aaron.
I'll say Andrew.
Pietro.
Daniel Sanchez.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Okay, 5
Daniel.
different ones. There you go.
Sorry. All right. And then the third one that I was thinking of was who is most likely to fall victim of a double eviction.
Ooh.
Because we know a lot of times double evictions take out the first double eviction will take out somebody that like no one expects.
Slade.
I was going to say Slade.
I thought about Slade.
It'll be Slade and what's his name?
Could be Carl.
Maybe Ed.
Yeah. That's
Who's this person? Who's this?
Daniel Sanchez.
Him.
I'm gonna say Kaylee for this one as well. Either Kaylee or Daniel Kennedy, I think, are gonna go out for double eviction.
Actually, I know my answer to this. Matt.
Okay.
Oh, because it might be inconsequential.
Yep.
Yeah. I see that.
It could be a Carson type thing.
I see that second double
Yes.
eviction being a Kaylee or Daniel Kennedy going out on that whenever their alliance has to turn on them. Like we talked about Daniel Kennedy, if he gets in that group of 4, at some point they have to turn on him. That second double eviction would be the perfect time to do it. And so I see that being a possibility. Those were the only 3 I thought of. Anyone else have any?
I think the other one that I did last season, and then we can wrap it up, is like what I call the Lauren Award, like the someone that just like the big surprise, like who busts out of their shell and you would have never seen it coming, and like you're so excited about that. And for me, that's probably I would hope that's gonna be Mitchell.
Who is that for us?
For your season, who did I say it would be? I don't remember, and I don't even remember
And
who
who
it was.
was it in the end?
Yeah,
Wait,
like,
I have it written down, I think. Do I?
Kaylee?
I said Kaylee.
Oh, I think I might have said Kaylee as well.
Kaylee, because we.
And in a sense, she kind of was that. She like slowly got there.
She after the double eviction the second double eviction is when she was like, okay, I'm here. But
Yeah,
before that, it was
So, Mitchell, I know my answer to this question, and I hope I know your answer, and I hope that we could maybe say it at the same time, loudly and clearly with our chests for the whole group. And my Lauren Award for this season is going to Mr. 25, turning 27 in July.
27 in July!
Aaron Michael Brown.
Yeah, Aaron Michael Brown. We stand.
I think he's going to surprise us.
I hope so.
I want Matt to surprise us. I really want Matt to surprise us, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously don't know what you guys are seeing in the game, but like Aaron, like he needs to be taken in very quickly as someone's little puppy and like give him a chance. Otherwise, like he cannot do this on his own. Like no. Sorry. I do like
All
it.
right, gang. I'm going to cut off the stream. We can stay on and chat, but I'm going to cut off the stream. Thanks for watching. The video episodes should start coming this week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Big Brother Hometown Season 9, Big Brother Hometown Sequester in a couple weeks, Big Brother Hometown Season 10, get ready. It's coming.
Yeah.
We're ready. So, good night, everyone.
What's that?